Today on the show, we're going to be talking about MyRise Mode and some of the confirmed features and what we can expect from the mode. We've got the full interview, the full breakdown for you guys right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to Assemble. I'm Matt. Good to have you here on the show. Let's get into MyRise Mode, confirmed details, talking about what we can expect in this mode. It's your My Career mode, and it's getting some updates and some new features that I'm interested to talk to you all about. Let's get into it. Brian Mazik did his interview a few days ago with Lionel Jinx and Christina Femme, talking about some of the updates we could expect from MyGM Universe mode and MyRise, the updated career mode. One of the big things is that they are taking like a lot of the camera work and everything from and capturing from NBA 2K, and they're bringing it over to the WWE 2K22 franchise. This is great because it's going to make things a little bit more lifelike, and it's going to give it an extra level of polish that we don't get to see a lot in, like we have in previous 2K games for WWE. In the interview, Lionel did say that they want the creative superstar bodies to look as good as the superstars. And he says, quote, "We focused on making sure we are providing the users with high quality artwork." This is really awesome because you know that when it comes to 2K20, 2K19, and games prior, that there's a really big difference between the render of like Finn Balor or John Cena when you put them up right there ready for the match, and then the drawing of your creative superstar. It's not what fans want. They want to replay that real life experience, and this is where this big feature and announcement that Lionel made, we talked about in a previous episode, but Lionel makes the point of saying that we are going to be able to upload custom images, artwork for our renders for superstars. So our custom creations, Adam Cole, baby, boom. We're going to be able to use those custom image renders, upload them, and then go side by side. So your Adam Cole goes side by side with Finn Balor in the game, and it looks accurate. So no longer are we going to have our weird custom creations. We're going to be able to put up real images, and that is very awesome and gives the game, in my opinion, more longevity. Now when it comes to MyRise specifically, we know that there are the personas. You're going to be able to select different personas when you are doing your custom creation of your star, but they talk about the actual mode and how all of this comes into play, and it's pretty interesting. Lionel says, quote, "You basically walk into the PC and you're getting your shot. You're figuring out who you are, and you can define your background, whether you're an MMA fighter, an athlete, or movie star, and then you customize your character." So because we're getting different backgrounds for our stars, this is going to dictate a lot of different things, and it's going to give it a lot more room to breathe with the mode. You're not going to have just generic superstar and have no background and really have no personality when it comes to it. They're actually putting more tools and resources into MyRise to keep fans and players more engaged with it and being able to try out different things, but it goes on from there. Lionel says, quote, "That choice that you make is going to dictate the types of conversations you will have with not only superstars, but executives, because they remember what your background is, and it will affect how social media responds to you too." They've included this social media aspect when it comes to GM mode, universe mode, getting the feedback from fans in the social media feed, and they're bringing it over into MyRise as well. Now we'll find out if this is going to work out well or not, but the really cool thing here is, everybody, is that we are going to be able to have those personality elements of, say, you're an MMA fighter or an athlete, and your interactions are going to be morphed and evolve based on your background. So the CPU and everything in the engine is going to remember that you chose that you are a movie star background, and the dialogue choices and all that are going to surround that personality type. Again, I like this because it's going to allow us for more depth when it comes to going through the MyRise mode and probably give it more replayability. Lionel also talks about the interactions you can have with superstars backstage or in the game itself, and he says the following, quote, "You can also respond in a negative way or positive way. The game will recognize what path you're on, heel or face." So this tells me that we're probably going to be getting more dialogue options and a dialogue tree of selecting how you're going to respond to like Drew McIntyre backstage, and that will lead you into a heel or face kind of role, and it will evolve from there. Now, what about male and female MyRise storylines and modes? Lionel also talks about this, and we will have different storylines for both. When you're doing your custom, your creative superstar from the male side or the female side, you're going to be able to go through and go down different paths based on the type of gender and what you select. And not only that, so if I have a male MyRise career mode that I'm going through and a female one I've set up, if I give them different personalities too, where one is an MMA fighter, one is an athlete, that's also going to change how MyRise evolves, how my career path, my career mode goes, the interactions, the segments, the promos, all of that is going to kind of be tweaked and altered. So that should give us a ton more replayability. For me, let me know in the comments below, but for me, I'm very excited about that because the problem I have with a My Career mode is I feel like it's one and done. I wanted the incentive in previous games to go back and go through it again instead of feeling like I just have generic superstar that I'm running through this thing. To give us more incentive, more personalities, more personas, that adds way more replayability because as players, you're going to want to see what different interactions you could have with those moments backstage. Lana also continued in the interview to say that you can actually choose what path you are going to start on. He says, quote, after the PC, you'll do an evaluation. Which brand do you want to go to? NXT, SmackDown, or Raw. But you can also change during the story and switch brands. So we'll go through the performance setter period at the beginning. We'll get up to a certain point where basically we have the chance to finally get drafted and get selected. And hopefully it means that we can just choose our brand versus getting like push to say you have to go to NXT or you have to go to SmackDown or Raw. Hopefully it allows us to actually choose which brand we want to go on. Now, by allowing us to do this, it also gets us in there to say we're going to go to Raw, and if we're playing there for a while, maybe we don't enjoy it and we want to actually trade or get over to SmackDown. They're saying that we are going to have those options and those abilities to just switch brands. So 2K22 and their My Career and their MyRise mode, they're really trying to take much more of the sports feel for the mode itself, in my opinion. They're getting away from just a traditional My Career mode from 2K, from wrestling games and the 2K franchise, and I feel like they're trying to take much more of the MLB, NBA model that we've seen in other sports franchises and allowing you to kind of move and switch teams and evolve your character, boost their attributes, switch the brands, interact with more people backstage, probably deal with more contract situations too. So as somebody who goes a little more casual when it comes to the My Career modes in WWE 2K22, this MyRise mode has me way more intrigued and way more interested, and I know what you're all thinking and what you're gonna say. Number one, yes, I do resemble LA Knight. Slightly. LA Knight, yeah! There you go. But yes, we need to see gameplay, and I'm with you. Hit me on the comments below. What do you want to see out of MyRise mode? Does this have you excited or not? Stay tuned for more information and more drops on 2K22, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye!